South Jamaica, baby, they made me to be the greatest. Serving the deed of my creators, fresh off of my high haters. It's the king again, Magdalene, Chauffeur, bragging and boasting.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Dollars. Welcome back to the channel. It's another day, another dollar video. I'm going to be reacting to this video inside NYPD's dismantling and takedown of two violent Queens, New York gangs. Now, ever since Mayor Eric Adams came into office, there's been a lot of gangs getting arrested. Now, I've seen comments saying that, these investigations were in place long before he was the mayor, which is true. But, you got to admit, ever since he became the mayor, there's been a lot of crackdowns going on. You had the Blickies, you had the YGs, just a lot of gangs in general getting locked up. And, hopefully this will wake up a lot of these young boys. They realize that this ain't the path to go down. When you're in a gang and you're repping it and you're putting it on social media, you're putting a target on yourself. You're making it easier for the police to track what you're doing. And then on top of that, you're telling on yourself, bro. When you're in a gang and you bragging about it, you're telling on yourself. And another thing, when you're in a gang, if one of your homies does something, you can be at fault as well. So just because you didn't pull the trigger or you wasn't there, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get caught up in what your friend is doing, your fellow gang member is doing. Because that's how they be getting these gangs with the RICO. You know what I'm saying? Conspiracy charge. Like, oh, well, he wasn't there, but you knew about it. Or you had knowledge that that was going to go down. So, without further ado, man, let's check this out.
Officials think this could be the largest gang takedown in history in the borough of Queens, and Fox 5 was given exclusive access as it happened. The Queens District Attorney, along with the NYPD Chief of Detectives, announcing the 151-count indictment of 33 alleged gang members.
151?
Officials say all 33 defendants are charged with conspiracy to commit murder, and that 18 of those were active trigger pullers. They say the defendants are members of warring
18 out of 33 were pulling the trigger.
Territorial dominance in Southeast Queens. The gun violence escalated after the high-profile murder of an aspiring high school basketball star 4 years ago.
Rest in peace, man.
While the gang war was set off by a slashing in April of...
Apparently, that was a mistaken identity. The basketball player, he was playing basketball on the court, and they ended up killing him because they thought he was involved in something that happened earlier in the day. Like, that's another thing. My issue is when innocent people get caught up in that bullshit, that shit pisses me off.
2019, the tensions and the violence between the warring factions escalated after the murder of 14-year-old Amir Griffin in October of 2019.
Throughout this investigation, it was determined that members of these gangs intended to commit murder and shoot opposing gang members based solely on their alliances and territorial disputes.
30 guns. You see them there. They were seized.
The shit that's hilarious, bro, about this whole gang shit, dudes will be beefing with each other over territory that's not theirs. You fighting over a block that you don't own. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that baffles my mind. Like, you don't own the area. You don't even own the apartment that you're living in. But meanwhile, you're going to shoot somebody, kill somebody over a block that you don't own, bro. It belongs to the city. It belongs to the state. And you guys are fighting over something. It's not your land, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that drives me crazy. It's like stupidity.
In this gang takedown. But before today's sweeping indictment was announced against members of two violent street gangs, our own Lisa Evers was embedded with the operation as NYPD detectives rounded up the suspects. And she is here now to bring us this Fox 5 exclusive. Lisa, take it away.
Well, Chris, this long-term investigation began with the murder of a promising teen basketball player. Now, nearly 4 years later, NYPD detectives tell us they have dismantled two rival gangs who terrorized South Jamaica residents.
Look at that. 4 years later, they still got the dudes on the body. So just because you catch a body and, you get away for a while, it doesn't mean that you're out of the woods yet. You know what I'm saying? It just means the cops probably sitting on it, trying to build the investigation, trying to see what more they could get out of it. And that's another thing that's crazy. Is like, yo, bro, the cops can know you killed somebody and then they'll let you stay out there so you could kill somebody else. It's like, ain't you supposed to stop the dude from doing more harm in the future? But no, they want to have a big case. They want to get everybody, which I could understand that too. But it's like, yo, bro, if you know this guy's a violent person, that he already killed somebody, you're allowing him to walk the streets or some shit? Like, I don't know. It's like a catch-22. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that.
With reckless gunfire, using drill music videos and social media to fuel their beefs. We got an exclusive look at their focused methods, which are very different from the wide net gang sweeps of the past. Some of the more than 30 suspects were already behind bars in state prison and on Rikers Island for other crimes. They were brought into the 111th precinct to be charged in this major gang conspiracy case. So serious were the safety concerns about the explosive rivalry between the crews known as Money World and their opposition, or ops, the local trap stars, that police booked them at separate precincts to keep their family members and associates separated when they showed up.
It's pretty much shoot on sight when they see the opposition. And a lot of times innocent people are caught in the middle of it.
Over the last 5 or 6 years, these two gangs terrorized an entire community.
Before sunrise, more than 150 NYPD detectives and supervisors assembled for the takedown of the alleged gang members. Most are between the ages of 18 to...
You know what's sad about this? Is like, all right, for one day, that neighborhood can be at peace, right? But then, you know, it's like when one person is gone or gets arrested, somebody else is going to take their place. So yeah, they locked up 33 guys, right? There's going to be 100 more to take that place and fill that role. The next generation. That's the sad shit about it. It's like, yeah, you're doing some good for the community for the time being, but it's like, how long will it last until somebody else is doing the same shit? And there needs to be something in place that can prevent that. You know what I'm saying? Like a youth prevention programs. We need something, bro, to help these kids not fall into that lifestyle.
To 22 and have been arrested before.
It started in the Baisley houses when Amir Griffin got shot and killed.
In October 2019, 14-year-old Amir Griffin, a Cardozo High School student athlete, was the unintended target of a shooting. He was killed on the basketball courts near his home.
No, he was the intended target because they believed he was involved in something that happened earlier to their gang. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know that he was innocent. They just thought he was somebody else, but still, they killed him because they thought he was the person.
Sean, anything you want to say?
18-year-old Sean Brown was arrested for the murder and is part of this case.
That could have been me. It could be my cousins, my nephews. I mean, it's just sad that that had to happen, but today, we have justice for the family.
As detectives investigated, they found a connection to other shootings that were happening in South Jamaica. Some were in broad daylight, one even outside a high school. Police say an escalating rivalry between the Money World and local trap star gangs was responsible.
Once a shooting occurs and there's retaliation,
man, he just stood there airing it out like nothing.
And, it seems like they're never satisfied with the amount of violence they've committed, and they're always trying to get one up on their opposition.
Captain Gillis says the rivalry is over territory, not money or drugs. The hatred heated up over social media taunts and drill music videos where they allegedly bragged about the shootings, the actual locations, and even the caliber.
It's funny because when it comes to drill, you don't think of Queens, bro. You don't really see too many Queens rappers doing drill like that. So the fact that they have a drill scene, but nobody really speaks on it is like funny.
Calibers of guns used in incidents under investigation.
The drill rap is always a motivator, right? And the drill rap is so specific in that they mention people that have been killed in the past and disrespect those people that have been killed in the past. And it creates a residual effect where it's a tit for tat, a one for one. Everyone's trying to get one up on the scoreboard.
And you know what's crazy too? Y'all really don't think that the police knows what's going on, bro? When y'all dropping these drills, bro, when the same way we waiting for new songs to drop, the cops is waiting too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably watch the reactions as well. Like, yeah, the police is in tune with what's going on, bro. They're not stupid. That's one thing you kids need to realize when y'all talking, saying names and talking on crimes that y'all have done in the music. And then the shit that baffles me is these kids will say, oh, you're telling when somebody makes a video about it or talks about it. But meanwhile, you had the nerve to mention the dude's name, mention the crime, the time, the place, and put it in a music video. Or sometimes they reenact the crime in the video. So it's like, you're telling on yourself, but you're mad at somebody else for saying the same shit you said yourself?
Retaliatory effect on both sides.
Chief, you have a lot of members of the NYPD here. Who is here and involved in this operation?
Yeah, so this operation involves members of the Detective Bureau. In particular, there's 2 different units. It's called Queens South VCS. In addition to that, it's a gun violence suppression unit.
What's happening here right now is you see different groups getting together. They're getting their assignments, and they're also getting their orders from their superiors about how they're going to do this raid, how they're going to take these suspects in. Detectives from local precincts, as well as warrants, homicide, and narcotics units, provided backup and were involved in the tactical attack meeting to review strategy.
Most of you guys know which your position is going to be on the team. We're going to move in it tactically. We're going to take our time when we get into the location, make sure we communicate.
Before we go out, they asked me and my cameraman to take precautions too. So they're giving us bulletproof vests because many of the suspects that they're going after today have been pre-indicted on very serious gun charges. Some are actually accused of murder. We head out onto the highway towards South Jamaica. We're part of an NYPD caravan right now going to the various locations where
it's always 4 or 5 in the morning when they come get you too. Right when you're the most vulnerable, you're probably falling asleep.
The detectives surrounded
you wake up to bang on the door.
Do a door knock and go in with a warrant for the suspect. The detectives were able to find the person that they were looking for. They have taken this suspect in custody. They were in the house. They came out. No shots have been fired. This suspect, who is wanted for murder, is brought in to be booked. Another team returns with a suspect who wasn't part of the original case. Police say he panicked and threw this gun out the window while the officers were looking for someone else.
Get that my face, man.
The NYPD says this case,
Tupac
like
shit.
others in recent years, shows that when they do sharply focused investigations and take the most violent offenders off the streets, the surrounding communities experience a drop in gun violence.
These guys did horrific violence out in the streets of South Jamaica.
Well,
so
you
it's
know
a
what,
victory
bro?
for the community today that these guys are actually all.
That's all fine and dandy. You know, that's good that the gun violence goes down. But New York lately, bro, has an issue and a big problem with guns, bro. It's like I got the Citizen app. Every fucking day, bro, is shooting here, shooting there. I'm like, yo, bro, how is it that there's so many guns coming into the city? You feel me? Like that is the problem. And look, I'm all for people owning guns legally to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for, listen, what's that, the Second Amendment? I'm all for it, bro. We should have the right to be legally armed, right? But at the same time, these are kids, 13 years old, 12 years old, getting their hands on guns. That, how are they getting so many guns in the city, bro? Like, that's the main issue that, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to stop people from joining gangs all the time. You're not going to be able to stop violence all the time, but there should be something or slowing down of guns coming into the city, bro. Like, that's what's crazy.
Apprehended.
Countless acts, several homicides, non-fatal shootings, incidents of gunfire throughout the community.
Well, people say, oh, well, if you take away the guns, then the knife rate is going to go up. It's going to be like London.
Of course, all of the suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty, but the NYPD says they have more than enough evidence to...
They always say that, oh, you're innocent to proven guilty, but we know that's a lie. You're guilty until you could prove you're innocent, bro. That's really what they're saying.
Support the charges so that they will
Let's
not
be
able
real.
to shoot anyone again for a very long time. Chris?
Wow, Lisa, excellent work. Thank you very much.
All right, man, that was the video. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this. Yeah, I guess it's a W for the community. You know what I'm saying? Look, the old dollars, you know, I was ignorant. I was into that lifestyle, into the street life. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you don't look at things the same no more, that doesn't mean you're not hood no more. Just because yeah, I'm a civilian. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm a civilian, but I'll still fuck you up. Feel me? I will protect myself. Like, I ain't no pussy. But that mind frame of gang and criminal, like, I don't think like that no more, bro. So it's like, you know, when you get older, and hopefully you guys get to my age and older than that, you're gonna realize, yo, this shit is dumb. You know what I'm saying? It's chaos. It's causing more harm. Nothing but harm to the community. Feel me? Destroying the community. Lives are being destroyed. People are dying. Innocent people, young kids, like. So it's like, yeah, man, like, do I feel bad for them? No, I just feel bad that people get caught up into this life. And then, you know, when they're young, they're not thinking about the future. They're not thinking about the impact that this is causing. And then they realize too late, like, damn, man, this wasn't it. I should have did something else. Like, I wasted my life over some bullshit for nothing, over a block that doesn't even belong to me. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. It's your boy Dollars. I'm off this shit.
For my time goes by, they gon' raise a nigga jersey in the sky. Treat a nigga right, big dreaming on my life. Shorty wanna get some air, I go and get her when I fly. Taking off on these niggas I retire. The minute I catch fire, I smoked them all before, just revisiting the high.